With every new season of Destiny 2, we get a brand new exotic that can only be obtained through the season pass. And with the new season of The Witch, there is no exception here. Ex Diris is an arc special ammo breach grenade launcher that lacks a reload. Quite literally, this weapon does not have a reload due to its perk, Nucleosynthetic Magazine. This is a passive perk that is just always active, so there's no fancy way to play in order to activate this. What it does is it gets rid of your reload altogether, essentially making it to where Ex Diris has 32 in the mag. Now to get into the true exotic perk, Corrupted Nucleosynthesis, which states that this weapon enrages when dealing or taking sustained damage. And to add on to that, when the weapon is enraged to whatever degree, it will gain a faster fire rate. And it's definitely a noticeable change when it's fully enraged, but nothing too game breaking here. Two ways to tell what your current rage standing is at is by either the hipfire reticle or the ADS reticle. There is no meter on the left side of your screen that we used to see in order to let you know about this enraged. Why Bungie left this out? Who knows? But with how cluttered it gets over there, you could honestly see this as a win. Now, in addition to everything I just listed out about this weapon, being 32 in the mag or faster fire rate, this weapon also has the ability to spawn friendly, offensive, lucent moths by defeating enemies. And it even comes packed with blinding, so you can stun unstopped with that. I know canonically, these moths can either attack or defend for the enemies, but in terms for us, we only get the attack side of them, and they aren't half bad, saying that they do more damage than a single shot from the grenade launcher itself. The grenade doing 26,726 damage, and the moth doing 29,884 damage. There does also seem to be an internal cooldown for the moths, I would say around 5 seconds or so, saying that every time you defeat an enemy does not result in a moth being spawned. Would be cool if it did, but it is what it is. Now we're going to be moving on to its practical uses, or in other words, just damage testing with really heavy quotes around them, for we won't be going in depth with this and you will see why. So getting legit numbers off this Lost Sector boss, Ex Diris is doing 18,116 per grenade, and with just comparing this to a standard, nothing special about it, lightweight frame grenade launcher that is doing 24,291 per grenade. But don't let that fool you, because Ex Diris is still a better option for the idea that it does not need to reload in between shots. To give you some quick graphs that you can go off of, using Kali as an internal timer for the DPS, on paper, Ex Diris seems great. But we're gonna go into personal opinion land for just a moment here. Yes, Ex Diris does seem great, but I don't see this as a weapon that you will be implementing into your swap rotations or just to DPS anything, period. And if we are going into the route of ad clearing, I still don't see this as being a good option just based on the experience I had doing some of the seasonal content with it. To put it blunt, this weapon is not busted or cracked in any way. It is by definition, in the most literal sense, mid. This does not mean that it's bad. It just means that it is middle tier. On a tier chart, it is either a low B or a high C. Do what you will with the thing though. As for me, probably not going to be using the thing anytime soon. One last thing though, there is a catalyst. A birdie told me that it increases the rage rate while you are amplified. Now, I hope this video was insightful, and if it was, drop a subscribe and like if you could. It would help me more than you know. Peace.